We start this news hour over in Saudi Arabia, where they confirmed plans to enrich its uranium. Now, this comes as the United States is already struggling to reach a new atomic agreement with Iran and others after withdrawing from the 2015 JCPOA deal. Now, RT correspondent Sarah Montez de Oca is joining me right now with all the details. Sarah, more uranium, that sounds like the exact opposite of a world that's looking for peace.
That's right, Scotty. So it seems like things are getting a little bit more complicated with global talks around uranium, especially because there are new players. Now, on Monday at the 24th World Energy Congress in Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia's newly appointed energy minister, Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman, announced plans to enrich and produce uranium. He said, "We are proceeding with it cautiously. We are experimenting with 2 nuclear reactors." Now, Saudi Arabia is the world's top oil exporter and is looking to diversify its energy mix, but concerns are on the rise about the possibility of uranium, especially for military purposes.
Well, now, Sarah, first it was Iran, and now it is Saudi Arabia. But what does the timing of all of this mean?
Well, Scotty, Saudi Arabia is concerned with Iran's advancement of these uranium enrichments. The Saudis have backed President Trump, who has put maximum pressure against Iran since the U.S. withdrawal of the JCPOA deal. But Saudi Arabia has also kept an eye on uranium enrichment, especially after Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman said that the Sunni Muslim kingdom would develop nuclear weapons, nuclear arms, if regional rival Shiite Muslim Iran did. And it looks like that's just what they're doing. So this comes as Iran said that the country will use advanced centrifuges with capacity to enrich its uranium. Now, spokesman for Iran's Atomic Energy Organization announced that Tehran plans to increase its uranium to over 20%. This is all in response to U.S. sanctions.
We are reaching to the end of the commitments of Iran. So we are reducing our commitments to answer to the treatment to the other side. So it is very clear, the message is very clear. As long as the other side is not committed to its own obligation, there is no any reason for Iran to remain committed.
So Kamal Vandi went on to warn Europe, saying that they should know that there's not much time left for them to salvage this nuclear deal. But according to the U.S., this is at least the 3rd time that Iran has been in violation of this nuclear deal in recent months.
Now, we do know that this did not go without a response from the U.S. It could not have. So what has the Trump administration said in regards to these latest actions?
Well, just earlier today, the U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, they held a press conference where they reiterated their stance on Iran with maximum pressure. Take a listen.
I would say Secretary Pompeo and myself and the President are completely aligned on our maximum pressure campaign. I think we've done more sanctions on Iran than anybody, and it's absolutely working. Now, the President has made clear he's happy to take a meeting with no preconditions, but we are maintaining the maximum pressure campaign.
So earlier today, Pompeo took to Twitter saying the Iranian regime's lack of full cooperation with International Atomic Energy Agency raises questions about possible undeclared nuclear material of activities. Scotty, this is kind of the same that we've seen over and over again. Pompeo reiterated that President Trump is ready to meet with Iranian President Hassan Rouhani with no preconditions. But it looks like both countries are sticking to their guns. And Rouhani says that he's not going to talk to Trump until all sanctions are lifted. So with the U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton out, who knows what direction we're going in now?
Well, it's interesting because that was not something I don't think they were expecting, at least within the last 48 hours. Thank you, Sarah, for following this story.